Welcome to this session on test harnesses, stubs, and drivers, essential tools that support isolated testing when parts of the software system are unavailable or incomplete. These components help simulate interactions, control test conditions, and validate individual modules early in the development cycle. Let's begin with the concept of a test harness. A test harness is a collection of software and test data used to test a module or unit in isolation. It provides inputs to the system under test, controls its execution, and captures outputs for validation. It's particularly useful for automated testing and continuous integration setups. A test harness typically includes test execution scripts, mock data inputs, assertion mechanisms for output verification, logging and reporting tools. Test harnesses are invaluable when integrating third-party components or testing low-level code in environments where the full system isn't yet available. Now let's explore stubs. A stub is a minimal implementation of a component that the system under test depends on. It provides canned responses to calls made during testing, allowing the test to proceed without invoking the real component. For example, if you're testing a login module that relies on a database, you can use a stub that returns a mock user object instead of querying the actual database. This allows you to isolate the module and test its logic without external dependencies. Stubs are often used in bottom-up integration testing, where lower-level modules are tested first. They help simulate higher-level modules that may not be developed yet. Next, we have drivers. Drivers are the opposite of stubs. They simulate calling modules that trigger and interact with the system under test. They provide input and handle outputs during the test. Imagine you're testing a payment processing component, but the checkout flow isn't ready yet. A driver can simulate a checkout module by calling the payment component with test data. This allows the tester to validate behavior even when the upstream system is incomplete. Drivers are typically used in top-down integration testing, where higher-level modules are tested before lower-level ones are available. Here's how these tools fit together. Use stubs to simulate modules your component depends on. Use drivers to simulate the module that calls your component. Use a test harness to tie it all together with inputs, controls, and output validation. These tools help create a controlled test environment, improve defect detection, and support early validation of components. They're especially valuable in unit testing, integration testing, and test-driven development. Best practices include: document the behavior of stubs and drivers clearly. Keep implementations lightweight and focused on the test objective. Replace stubs and drivers with real components as development progresses. In summary, test harnesses automate and manage test execution for isolated components. Stubs simulate dependencies and let you test modules independently. Drivers mimic the calling modules and provide inputs to the system under test. In our next session, we'll cover environment security and compliance, critical for maintaining trust and meeting industry regulations. Keep going. You're building a complete toolkit.